Hello, my name is Pino Bacinello and welcome back to another episode of Pacific Business Brokers video blog. Are you considering selling your business? Today I'd like to talk to you about 4 things that as a seller you need to know a buyer will be looking for when considering buying a business. In a nutshell, they are cash flow, cash flow, cash flow and growth. Yes, I realize I repeated myself, but I'm not kidding. To elaborate, the cash flow of the business you're interested in should be able to provide a business owner a living wage, reflecting the time they invest into it, and remember that that could be you. The cash flow of the business should also be able to support a reasonable level of debt service. If, for example, one is leveraging one's investment, this is important, whether such debt is through traditional or vendor financing, or as in some cases it's both. The cash flow of the business should also be able to provide a reasonable return on one's invested capital. You wouldn't invest in stocks that don't provide a reasonable return, at least not knowingly. So why would you invest in your own company if it doesn't do the same? And finally, the business should possess growth opportunity to ensure future success and prosperity. Now, to further expand on these points, the cash flow of the business should be able to provide a living wage for the time that one invests in the business. This may vary depending on the business, the industry, the buyer's expectation, the type of buyer, whether they are a strategic or synergistic buyer or a Main Street buyer as we know it. This amount will vary, but the reality is that a buyer of a business will expect to receive a salary from being in the business. That's the reason why that person is buying a business as opposed to starting one from scratch. Also, as mentioned, the business cash flow should be able to support a reasonable level of debt service if one is leveraging one's investment. Today, it's rare for a business to sell for all cash, unless it's relatively small. The earnings of a business need to support the debt service. If not, you will simply not be able to service the debt, as the leveraged amount may be too high for the business to support, or the cash flow perhaps of the business may be too low, or perhaps too little, or even possibly no earnings. In such scenarios, the highest value of the business may be that of a fair market of the assets. The cash flow of the business should be able to provide a reasonable return on one's invested capital. In other words, you should be able to reap what you sow. Buyers are mostly astute, and they understand the power of leverage, and in many cases, a reasonable amount of leverage is efficient use of one's money. The expected yield on such investments should be reflective of the risk, compared to, say, a safer investment vehicle. Entrepreneurship is a risky business. Ultimately, it can be highly rewarding, however. Typically, such yield would command a return on invested capital of somewhere between 15 to 35%, perhaps even 40%, where there is a high-risk component. The business should possess growth opportunity. You remember the old saying, what is not growing is dying. Anything short of buying growth opportunity is a tough sell to any reasonable and astute buyer. So if you're thinking about selling your business, put yourself in the buyer's shoes and look at these points from their perspective. This will help you stay realistic and consider things that you may need to do and or adjust to maximize the value of your business. However, if you're looking to buy a business, also consider these 4 points carefully to boost your possibility of success. Whether you're selling or buying a business, a professional business broker such as Pacific Business Brokers can help you successfully achieve your goal. And based on these 4 considerations now, if you were to counsel someone on the purchase or the sale of a business, what would you recommend to them? Thank you for being with us again today, and we look forward to seeing you on the next post.